Hello, my name is Jessica and this is Time to Cook with Jess. This is my cooking channel and here I will be showing you guys different kinds of dishes that I've made, whether it comes to breakfast, lunch, dinner, and especially any kind of baked good. I love to share all of my cooking experiences with anyone that is either new or anyone that just wants to learn about any new experiences when it comes to cooking. I primarily love to bake anything like breads, pastries, stuff like that. And I will gladly take any kind of suggestion on something to make. So if you guys are interested or enjoy this content, please let me know. And I will gladly take any kind of suggestion. For today, I will be making some soft Carnival Pretzels. The recipe that I am using is a really great recipe, and I will supply all of the measurements and ingredients that I'm using in the video and also in the description as well. So if you didn't catch anything, no worries, you will be able to find it. I really hope that you guys enjoy. If you guys try these out, let me know how they turn out. I'm very excited for this. And if you like the content, make sure you subscribe. Thank you. Alright, so we are going to grab a big bowl to mix our dough, and alongside are our ingredients, which are brown sugar, bread flour, oil, instant yeast, water, and kosher salt. For this recipe, I am going to be weighing some of my ingredients. This step is not necessary. If you do not have a scale, do not fret. I will also include cup measurements. Right now, I am setting the scale to ounces to weigh my bread flour. Alright, now that my scale is fully set, I am going to add in my flour. I am using 2 pounds and 8.9 ounces of flour, which is approximately 7.5 cups. Okay, our flour is fully weighed out, so now I'm going to put my scale away and begin adding salt to our flour. I'm going to be adding 4 teaspoons of salt for this recipe. Now we will be adding in our instant yeast. I'm going to be using 4 teaspoons. And now we whisk our dry ingredients together. Now that our dry ingredients are mixed, we are moving on to our wet ingredients. I have a 4-cup liquid measuring cup with 3 cups of water, and I'm adding 3 tablespoons of oil. At this point, I had realized I was not adding enough oil, so I actually had to add 3 more, so in total you will be using 6 tablespoons of oil. Once we have the correct measurements of our wet ingredients, we will be adding 4 tablespoons of brown sugar to our water and oil mixture. Now we will be mixing our wet ingredients until our sugar dissolves. Now that the sugar has dissolved, we will be adding our water mixture into our dry ingredients. I am mixing this dough by hand, but if you wish to use a stand mixer, feel free to do so. Make sure that you are using a dough hook. We will be adding in our water mixture little by little, while also mixing the flour to ensure the flour is well hydrated. Keep adding water until a cohesive dough begins to form. You want your dough to be tacky but not sticky. It should pull away from the bowl easily. Now that we have our ball of dough, we are going to lightly flour our work surface so that we can start kneading the dough. Now you're going to be kneading for about 10 minutes or until you get a smooth ball. The dough should spring back when you press your finger onto it. Now that I have a smooth ball of dough, I will grab a big bowl for our dough to proof in. I oil my bowl liberally so that the dough releases easily later on. After setting your dough, grab a warm damp rag to cover your dough. Leave it in a warm place to proof for at least 1 hour. I am putting this in my proofing oven for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, this is how my dough came out. Make sure that your dough is doubled in size. Now we will flour our work surface so that our dough does not stick. I prefer to lay out my dough into a rectangle shape, and then I will start cutting down the middle. Now I'm going to be separating my pieces of dough. And at this point, what I'm going to do now is cut down the middle of each slice again. And then from here, I'm just going to keep cutting down the middle. And you're going to be doing this with both pieces of dough. For the size of this dough, you should end up with a total of 16 pieces after you've cut up the entire thing. Now once we have all of our pieces, we will grab one by one and start rolling them out with our hands. You're going to do this until your dough is about 16 inches long. Okay, now that our dough is ready, we are going to grab our ends and form a U shape. You're going to cross your ends together just like this. You're going to cross one more time. You're going to grab your ends, bring them down, and here you have your pretzel. Now right here, I was teaching my husband how to make pretzels as well. This was a bit of a learning experience for everyone. And don't worry about your pretzel shape. They do not need to be perfect, so don't fret about it. As long as they taste good, that's all that matters. Now for this piece of dough that my husband was rolling out, he was taking some creative liberties. He was trying to form a different kind of pretzel, but I guess he ended up going with a different idea, and he ended up making what we now call the Bailey knot. Essentially, he still follows the same instructions as making a regular pretzel. However, the ends of the pretzel end up being pushed into the holes of where the pretzel will usually be, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Now right here, I was just cracking my eggs open for my egg wash until I realized that I forgot to record a crucial step in this recipe, which is boiling your dough. Basically, you need a pot with 6 to 8 cups of water. You're going to bring that to a boil, and you're going to add 1/3 of a cup of baking soda to dissolve in the water. After it's dissolved, you will drop your pretzels two to 3 at a time for 30 seconds. They should puff up. Once they're boiled, then you can brush the egg wash on. Now we're going to be adding our kosher salt on top. Once you have your pretzels ready, you're going to lay them all out on your pans just like this. And you are going to set these in your preheated oven at 425 degrees. You're going to bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once they're done, let them cool for 15 minutes as well. And here's the result. This is how your pretzels should look at the very end. If you try these out, let me know how they turn out.
Thank you.
Perfect.